Welcome back. Founder and president of Tru Bahamian Food Tours, Alana Rogers, is with us this morning to tell us about a unique concept that she's come up with and launched. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thanks, Leah. Nice to be here.
Good. So tell us, Tru Bahamian Food Tours. Who is it? What is it?
What is it? Yeah. Well, it's a recently launched social entrepreneurship venture. Right now, it's a one-woman show, but hopefully that won't be the case for too long. And it's a local culinary tourism company. And our mission is to connect visitors of the Bahamas with local cuisine and the traditions and the preservers of these traditions, i.e. the artisans and entrepreneurs and small business owners that have been preparing and preserving these traditions for many years. And in so doing, connecting them to the heart and the essence of Bahamian culture.
Okay. I got a chance to take a look at your website. It's a really, really good website.
Thank you.
And very informative. And I'm sure for visitors that are coming to the Bahamas, once they come across that it must sound like this is something I want to do, right?
I hope so. I mean, that's certainly the intention. I think that, as far as sort of the origins of the company and so on, I think we all have a general sense that, we lack some diversity within our tourism market, and that most importantly, we're not showing our best all the time. We're not really getting to the heart of what makes us proud to be Bahamians, and showcasing all that we have to offer. And the one thing we are all very proud of is our food. It's the first thing we want to show visitors. It's the thing we miss the most when we're not here. And I've had the privilege of being able to travel mostly through past years through tennis to 25 countries in my life, and Bahamian food still ranks at the top of my list. So I think there were several experiences that I kind of took on, one of which was many inspirations come through traveling yourself. I used my paltry savings to travel through Africa last year for 3 months on a backpacking trip. And I did things, for instance, like go on a spice tour in Zanzibar, and I realized that walking around for 1 hour and just learning about local flora and all the types of fruits and vegetables and spices that are grown locally is a very engaging experience for people. And we have so much here, so much natural bounty and beauty that is unexplored and undiscovered, that it made sense to try and figure out a way to share that. And then, of course, the natural warmth and charisma of the Bahamian community is something that, again, it really characterizes the essence of who we are as Bahamians. And I feel, in my opinion, that too much of our tourism in the past has been focused on the Strip alone, and also that the wealth within tourism is not very equally distributed. So if you're not involved in that Strip sort of activity, there's very little opportunity for the average Bahamian to get involved and benefit from what tourism can possibly offer. So Tru Bahamian Food Tours is about connecting people with, as I said, the entrepreneurs and the small businesses that don't have a huge marketing budget, who aren't on the Strip, but play a very integral role in our society as Bahamians and represent our culinary community.
Okay, so very, very interesting. Tell us, what current tours do you offer, and what do we expect in the future from Tru Bahamian Food Tours?
Sure. So we just launched a couple weeks ago, and our first signature tour is a Bites of Nassau food tasting cultural tour. So it's held downtown with walking tours. Obviously, you're limited to sort of an area that has a sufficient number of restaurants within the same proximity, and also historic Nassau is one of the most rich and storied sort of neighborhoods within all the Caribbean.
Agreed.
So it's a great place to tell the story there. So it's a walking tour, lasts about 3 hours. We cover 7 tastings in total, and between each tasting, there's commentary on architecture, food, culture. And when we're at each location, of course, we have our tasting, but it's also about, like I said, peeking behind the culinary curtain, getting off the beaten path, talking to these restaurant owners and these chefs and the entrepreneurs about their stories and the role that they sort of play in food culture overall. And I think what makes Tru Bahamian Food Tours different and the offering different is severalfold. For one, people are looking for authentic experiences. Not everybody, and this tour doesn't appeal to everybody, but they're looking to, like I said, get off the beaten tourist path and not be treated as a tourist as such.
Exactly. They
want to discover things that locals, you and I would recommend or tell our friends that we would take someone if they were staying with us, if they were staying in our homes. It's also about connecting with the community and connecting with real people. I don't think, in my opinion, again, you can't engage with the community and a culture, through the lens of a bus or in such a removed fashion. It's about meeting these entrepreneurs, and touching the warmth of their spirits and experiencing that for themselves. And it's a walking tour, so it's being on foot and walking through these communities yourself. And food is a naturally emotive element. It's about you experience food with all 5 senses.
Right.
So people walk away feeling as though they've experienced something that would not otherwise be available to them had they not had that experience in total. So that's what we're trying to do at the moment, but in the future we'd like to move into other culinary experiences, so cooking demos, cooking lessons, for instance, how to make guava jam, and other sort of conduits that allow people to experience Bahamian culture through food.
In a unique way.
Exactly.
All right,
Yeah.
very good. Well, I got a chance to take a look at your website, and one of the reviews I said I would mention, so the walking tour called Bites of Nassau, food tasting and culinary walking tour was the best thing I've ever done in a Caribbean port, and totally the highlight of my recent visit to the Bahamas. So congratulations to you, and all the best to you.
Thanks, Leah. Thank
All
you.
right.
And there's this invitation for you on the tour whenever your time
Perfect.
permits.
I'd be honored to do it.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back to wrap up after this.